When the moon is high and the stars are bright, gather round, it's Halloween night. Cozy up, friends, for some spooky delight, swinging through the Halloween
Good evening,
night.
dear listeners, and welcome to a night cloaked in mystery and whispers of the unknown. I'm your host, Jack Lantern, ready to guide you through the shadows of our world where the unexplained reigns. Tonight, we delve into a collection of tales so strange and eerie they could only belong to the world of the supernatural. From the unnerving occurrences in distant lands to the whispered secrets of the night right here at home, we'll explore headlines that hint at the otherworldly. Each story is a piece of the puzzle in our ongoing quest to understand the unexplained. And my friends, hold on to your hats, or brooms should you prefer, for we are not alone this evening. Later on, we'll be joined by the intriguing Mrs. Tuggle, a name some of you may know well, woven into tales of witchery and whispers. She'll share insights that might just make you question the shadows in your own home. But fear not, we're here to revel in the thrill of the scare, to dance with the unknown, and maybe, just maybe, to laugh in the face of those things that go bump in the night. So light your jack-o'-lanterns, settle in, and prepare for a journey into the heart of Halloween's magic and mystery. Are you ready? Then let's begin.
Witches at midnight, they fly high. Broomsticks and moonlight, they touch the sky. Spooky, those witches in flight. Careful, dear kiddies, they're seeking. Potions are brewing, they're sneaking. Casting spells in the night. Look out, they're out tonight. Better watch out, stay in sight. Beware a witch's delight. Cauldron is bubbling, oh so bright, casting their magic, oh what a sight. Beware, they fly and they seek. Kids, they lure you, might snatch. Gingerbread houses no match. Enchanting, they're playing for keeps. Look out, they're out tonight. You better watch out, stay in sight. Beware a witch's delight. Their beauty's a mask and the charm's gonna last, but beware. For potions and cries, they're alive in disguise, so take care. Magic in the air, look out, they're out tonight. You better watch out, stay in sight. Beware witch's delight.
That toe-tapping number was Witch's Delight, a swinging big band melody that conjures images of witches under the moonlight, both beguiling and bewitching. You know, folks, witches have always danced along the fine line between allure and fear, haven't they? From the cackling crone to the charming siren, witches capture our imaginations with their dual nature. They can be menacing yet mesmerizing, ancient yet eternally young, frightening yet absolutely enchanting. And it's this very duality that draws us into their spell time and time again. Speaking of spells, our next tune, it's Sweet Black Magic, is a sultry song that might just put you under a spell of its own. Sung in a style that'll remind you of Marilyn Monroe's breathy vocals, this song tells the tale of falling under a witch's irresistible charm. So let's sway to the rhythm of Sweet Black Magic.
I saw your eyes, they cast a spell. Oh, sweet enchantress, you know it well. With whispered words that weave and sail in moonlit night, you tip the scale. Your magic strong, I can't dispel. I'm bound by love in your sweet spell. You bewitch me, I'm under your spell. It's witchcraft, oh can't you tell? La whisper soft through evening mist. Your charms bewitch me, I can't resist. A touch so light, a tender kiss, sweet black magic, a spell like this. A wondrous witch, oh charm the bliss. I'm lost in you, pure bliss exists. You bewitch me, I'm under your spell. It's witchcraft, oh can't you tell? Under your spell, I fall so deep. Your love's a dream in nights we keep. You hold the key, my heart to leap in mystic love, forever sweet. You bewitch me, I'm under your spell. It's witchcraft, oh can't you tell?
Wasn't that just spellbinding? Sweet black magic really captures the enchantment of being caught in a witch's web. And speaking of enchantments, who doesn't love a little harmless fun with love spells, right? If you got your eye on someone special, here's a simple love spell you can try at home. Just light a pink candle on a Friday evening, write down both your names on a piece of paper, and circle them with honey. As the candle burns, focus on your intentions of love and harmony. And remember, it's all in good fun, so keep it light and sweet. And if you're enjoying these bewitching tunes and tales, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep the spirits high and the magic alive on our channel. Coming up next, we dive deeper into a collection of strange and spooky events from around the globe, a tapestry of tales that might just have you questioning the very fabric of reality. So stay tuned, keep your wits about you, and perhaps light a candle or two. In a world where the uncanny lurks behind every headline, you never know what truths you might uncover tonight. Strange Tidings, a collection of unearthly events. In Russia, a bear screams with a man's voice during deadly attack. In the remote forests of Siberia, 11 lumberjacks were assaulted by what witnesses describe as an unnaturally large bear standing 13 feet tall. Survivors claim the creature screamed in a human voice as it attacked, leaving local authorities baffled and terrified. Mass grave of animal-headed children found under Italian monastery. In Torino, renovation efforts in an ancient monastery unearthed a chilling secret: a mass grave containing the remains of children aged 2 to 9, each born with the heads of various animals. Local historians are at a loss, with some whispering of forgotten curses cast upon the town centuries ago. Mirrored skies over New Orleans, the night the stars vanished. Residents of New Orleans experienced a phenomenon where the night sky reflected the city below instead of stars. For 3 hours, the sky showed mirrored images of the streets and homes, leaving scientists scrambling for an explanation while locals muttered about voodoo enchantments gone awry. Crops form pentagrams in rural Kansas overnight. Farmers in Pratt, Kansas awoke to find their fields rearranged into massive pentagrams with precision that defies human capability. Crop experts and paranormal investigators are exploring links to occult practices with no tangible leads. Entire village in Norway falls asleep for 3 days. In a bizarre occurrence, the small fishing village of Rost, Norway, reported that all its inhabitants simultaneously fell asleep for exactly 72 hours. Medical checks revealed no anomalies, and elderly locals whisper of an old sea witch's spell cast to silence a storm. Black rain falls on Salem during Witchcraft Festival. Attendees of a modern witchcraft festival in Salem were shocked when a sudden storm produced black, oily rain. Environmental scientists are stumped, while attendees claim it was a sign from spirits disturbed by the festival's events. Talking Fox delivers prophecies in Scotland. Several hikers in the Scottish Highlands reported encounters with a talking fox that predicted personal and global events with unsettling accuracy. The fox vanished before authorities could investigate, leaving behind tales of ancient druid spirits. Library books arrange themselves into occult symbols in Paris. Staff at the Bibliothèque Mazarine in Paris have reported books flying off shelves and arranging themselves into occult symbols. The phenomenon occurs nightly, and CCTV footage offers no logical explanation, sparking rumors of a haunted collection. Phantom orchestra plays in abandoned Australian opera house. Visitors and security guards at an abandoned opera house in Sydney report hearing full orchestral music playing through the halls. Investigations find the building empty, with some speculating about ghostly performances from a long-lost troupe. So there you have it, folks. Wasn't that something? Each headline a window into the mysterious, each story a doorway to the unknown. It's tales like these, dear listeners, that remind us how vast and deep the pool of the paranormal truly is, how little we know of the world that whispers just beyond the edge of our reality. And as we ponder these eerie occurrences, let us not forget that the world is filled with myriad mysteries, each begging to be explored, each tale eager to be told. And who better to guide us through some of these mysteries than an expert in the arcane arts herself? Yes, coming up shortly, we'll be joined by Mrs. Tuggle, a witch whose knowledge of the supernatural is as deep as it is daunting. But before we invite Mrs. Tuggle to share her dark wisdom, let's lighten the mood with a little tune about a peculiar cat. Perhaps one not unlike those that might roam the corridors of Mrs. Tuggle's mysterious abode. Stay tuned, for this melody will surely have your toes tapping and your whiskers twitching.
In a cottage by a lonely vine, a beauty cast its spell divine. Turn this man to a feline soul, now to servers my only goal. Yodelay, bound to her for eternity. Oh, I'm a cat with eyes of green, her enchanting servant unseen. Yodelay, loyal neath her magic sheen. In the night, by the fire's warm light, she whispers tales neath the moon so bright. I'm her shadow, I'm her breath, for her love I'd beg to be. Oh, I'm a cat with eyes of green, her enchanting servant unseen. Yodelay, 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 loyal neath her magic sheen. Fixed by love's eternal bind, yet this love I do not mind. Yodelay, yodelay, together till the end of time. Oh, I'm a cat with eyes of green, her enchanted servant sing. Yodelay, 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 loyal neath her magic sheen.
Well, wasn't that a yodeling good tune? Oh, I'm a cat with eyes of green, a haunting melody about a man turned into a cat, serving his witch forevermore as a familiar spirit. You know, folks, familiar spirits are a fascinating part of witchcraft lore. Often appearing as animals, these spirits are said to assist witches in their magical endeavors, providing protection, companionship, and sometimes even enhancing their powers. In the dark corners of history and superstition, there are myriad spooky and frankly macabre tales about how a witch might transform a person into a familiar. Let me share just 3 with you. First, there's the Pact of the Shadow. It is said that under a moonless sky, a witch could bind a spirit to her will by casting a shadow over the chosen one, reciting an ancient incantation known only to those who've traded words with the underworld. The shadow, dense and alive, would then wrap the victim, transforming their essence into that of a beast, bound to the witch's side. Second, the brew of the beast. This involves a concoction brewed during a solar eclipse containing herbs of the darkest potency and the blood of the soon-to-be familiar. The person drinks this under duress or deception, and as the eclipse reaches totality, their form shifts, sealing their fate as a creature of witch's bidding. And third, the mirror of Mercuria. In this rare and risky method, a witch uses a mirror made from volcanic glass during a storm. The person's reflection is captured in the glass as lightning strikes, their soul ensnared and their form altered to reflect the witch's deepest desires. Spine-chilling, isn't it? And speaking of supernatural, it's wonderful to be here with all of you who cherish the spirit of Halloween and keep these eerie tales alive. Your enthusiasm for the spooky and the spectral truly warms this old heart. Coming up next, we have a very special guest. Mrs. Tuggle, a formidable witch from the Old English countryside, will be joining us. She's known for her, let's say, intense dedication to the craft. Mrs. Tuggle will share some insights into what signs might indicate you become a target for witches.
When the moon is high and the stars are bright, gather round, it's Halloween night. Cozy up, friends, for some spooky delight, swinging through the Halloween night. Ghosts and goblins, all in fun, with a vintage swing, the night's begun. Tap your feet and join the fright in our swinging Halloween night.
Welcome back, my eerie listeners. Joining us now is a very special guest, all the way from the shadowy dales of England, Mrs. Tuggle, a witch of considerable renown and expertise. She's here tonight to share some spine-chilling secrets from the depths of witchcraft. Mrs. Tuggle, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jack. It's a delight to be here amongst so many spirited individuals.
We're thrilled to have you. Now, Mrs. Tuggle, our listeners are dying to know, what should one look out for to see if a witch has marked them for something sinister, observant creatures indeed?
An excellent question, Jack. First, one might notice an increase in the presence of animals, cats, crows, or even toads, watching you more intently than usual. These creatures are often familiars sent to keep an eye on potential acquisitions.
I must say that is truly chilling, Mrs. Tuggle. What else should our wary listeners watch for?
Well, if you find yourself losing small personal items, buttons, hairpins, or even locks of hair, it might be a sign that a witch is collecting ingredients for a binding spell. And if you start dreaming of flying or attending strange gatherings, beware. You might be astrally projecting to nocturnal Sabbaths.
Intriguing and terrifying. And how might one inadvertently participate in these obscure rituals?
Many are lured into rituals through seemingly harmless invitations to gatherings or feasts that are in reality ceremonial in nature. The food served may be enchanted to bind you to the witch's will. Always be cautious of whom you accept hospitality from, dear.
Sage advice, Mrs. Tuggle. It seems the world of witchcraft is as complex as it is chilling. Now let's open the floor to some questions from our listeners who seem eerily keen on refining their craft. Listener question 1. Mrs. Tuggle, any tips on enhancing a glamour spell to better deceive my targets?
Oh, my dear, the key is in the moonlight. Brew your potions under a full moon and add a touch of silver dust for that irresistible allure.
Sounds enchanting and disturbing, to be quite honest. Next question, please. What's the most effective way to ensure my familiars are loyal and attentive to the tasks at hand?
Treat them well, but keep them hungry for your magic. A familiar bound by desire is far more effective than one bound by fear, although there are different opinions on the matter, of course.
Fascinating. It seems there's much to learn about handling one's mystical minions. One last question for you, Mrs. Tuggle. Mrs. Tuggle, I've always struggled with cloaking my magical essence from the prying eyes of hunters. Do you have any secret ingredients or rituals that could help?
Ah, a wise concern indeed. One effective method is to create a charm using the bark of an elder tree and a sprig of mistletoe. Wrap these in a piece of your own clothing and bury it at a crossroads during the new moon. This should mask your magical aura from those who might seek to disrupt your workings.
Mrs. Tuggle, it's been a profound honor to learn from such a distinguished member of the witching world. Any final words of advice for our listeners?
Always be aware of the power that lurks in the shadows. Embrace the night, but tread carefully. Not all spirits are as friendly as I am.
Thank you, Mrs. Tuggle, for joining us and sharing your wisdom.
Good night, everyone, and thank you for having me, Jack.
And please stay close, as you will be narrating the chilling story coming up in a minute.
Oh, try and stop me, Jack. I am simply delighted to.
And thank you, listeners, for tuning in. Remember to keep the candle burning and your wits about you. Stay tuned for another chilling tale coming up next on our show. Now, my dear listeners, tonight, as the shadows lengthen and the wind whispers through the trees, we turn our gaze to a tale that has chilled the bones of many a soul in the quaint villages of Old England. Join us as we unfold The Moor's Whisper, a harrowing story of loss and the heavy price of broken promises, narrated by our very own British guest. Her voice will carry us across the darkened heaths where silence is not just golden, it is necessary. Prepare yourselves for a journey into the heart of an ancient darkness, and may you heed the lessons it imparts.
In the dim shadows where old tales linger like fog, there lies a village gripped by fear. Years past, a child vanished, snatched, the villagers whispered, by witches from the murky moors. 3 men, brave yet bound by dread, set out to retrieve her, each placing a stone in their mouth and grasping a branch, swearing an oath of silence until the child was returned to her hearth and home. The moors were alive with haunting cries and the rustle of unseen creatures that watched from the darkness. Hours turned to days as the men searched, the weight of their vow heavy in their mouths. But then, amidst the twisted roots of a gnarled tree, one of the men stumbled upon a small, crudely carved wooden box. Excitement pierced his heart, and forgetting his pledge, he exclaimed to his companions. They rushed over, hope flaring brief and bright. But when they pried open the box, their hearts sank. Inside lay not the child, but a grim token, a collection of small fingers and toes, cleanly cut and wrapped in tattered cloth. The village mourned, believing that the man's broken vow had sealed the child's grim fate. They said the witches had been watching, ready to punish the slightest slip. And so, the tale of the Moor's Whisper serves as a chilling reminder. In the face of darkness, sometimes silence is the only safeguard against deeper horrors.
As the echoes of the Moor's Whisper fade into the night, we're left to ponder the power of our words and the weight of our vows in a world where unseen eyes may watch and listen. The tale reminds us that our spoken promises carry forces that might bind or protect us. It teaches us that sometimes the most potent action is to hold one's tongue, especially when facing the unknown. A huge thanks to you, dear Mrs. Tuggle.
Ah, Jack, my dear. It has been an absolute pleasure to join you this evening.
It has been quite a treat having you with us. Thank you for bringing us this spine-chilling story.
Thank you ever so much for allowing me the opportunity to share a slice of the shadowy moors with your delightful audience. And let me add, it is ever so useful for a witch like myself when people believe, when they are just a touch intimidated, perhaps even a tad paranoid. It makes the weaving of spells and bending of wills all the more effortless, wouldn't you agree? Keeps the gears of the supernatural well oiled and turning smoothly as they should. So, to all your listeners, keep those candles burning and eyes wide open. You never know what magic you might be contributing to, intentionally or not. Until next time, my dears, may your nights be full of whispers and wonders.
Remember, my friends, as you navigate the shadows of your own lives, consider which promises are worth keeping and which words are better left unsaid. For now, stay safe, stay curious, and keep tuning in for more tales that tap into the deepest fears and fascinations of the human spirit. Now, staying with the haunting theme of our tale, let's ease into a song inspired by the very essence of that story. Witches on the Moors is a folksy jazz number that captures the enigmatic and eerie spirit of those very witches who roam the ancient landscapes, cloaked in mist and mystery.
Listen to me, I'll make you believe. 'Twas the witches out on the moors last night. The causing all this fright, hiding in the light. They're putting children in a box. I've seen, oh what a sight. Toes, gold fingers in a box, star wrapped up tight. They're never to be found in the dark of night. Witches, witches, spooky as they dance around. Witches, witches, taking gifts without a sound. Witches, witches, disappearing from the moors. Witches, witches, in such creepy jolly stores. Hear my tale, I swear it's true. Last night I caught a glimpse of doom so blue. They cackle and they sing, such horrid things they do. In the shadows they creep, it's like deja vu. The children vanish, never leaving clues. Up and down, if you dare it, don't say yeah. Witches, witches, spooky as they dance around. Witches, witches, taking kids without a sound. Witches, witches, disappearing from the moors. Witches, witches, in such creepy jolly stores. Oh, you might laugh, but it's true. They disappeared from the view. In the shadows, there they play, till the night turns into day. Witches, witches, spooky as they dance around. Witches, witches, taking kids without a sound. Witches, witches, disappearing from the moors. Witches, witches, in such creepy jolly stores.
That was Witches on the Moors, a tune that surely brings the shadowy figures of our last story to life, dancing and weaving their spells under the moonlit sky. And it brings us to a curious and unsettling truth, my dear listeners. The peculiar obsession that witches seem to have with children. It's no secret that tales of witches often feature the young as their targets. From ancient legends to the bedtime stories we whisper in the dark, children are frequently the chosen victims of such sinister beings. One has to wonder, why the innocence of youth? Perhaps it is their unbridled hope, their boundless imagination, or the pure essence of life they carry, qualities that witches covet for their spells and potions. And this brings us, chillingly enough, to our next song.
Come to me, little children, come to me. In the night when stars are sprinkled bright, we'll dance through dreamscapes wild and free, beneath the pale moon's gentle light. Sleep, sweet children, forever sleep. Hold your dreams safe and deep. Soft winds whisper through the ancient trees, telling tales of times gone past. In your slumber find the seas, where morning's light will gently cast. Sleep, sweet children, forever sleep. Hold your dreams safe and deep. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Sing with me through moonlit night. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. In dreams dreams will take flight. Sleep, sweet children, forever sleep. Hold your dreams safe and deep.
Follow Me, Children, a lullaby not meant to soothe but to ensnare. Crafted with a melody as alluring as it is alarming, this song serves as a reminder of why children, since ancient times, have been wary of the shadows that call in the night. Let its hypnotic tune remind you to keep your loved ones close and your ears open to the true intentions hidden within sweet songs. As we approach the end of tonight's spectral journey, it's clear that the night still holds many secrets, wrapped in the notes of melodies old and new. But fear not, we won't leave you adrift in the witching hour without a bit of a lift to carry you through until dawn. Before we part, let's cleanse our palates with a tune that swings us back into high spirits. Here's a jazzy little number that's all about the fun and frolic of Halloween, a song to remind us that even in the darkest of times, there's a light-hearted charm to be found in the celebration of all things spooky. Enjoy the spirited melody, and remember, whether you're dancing with the witches or just tapping your toes at home, keep that Halloween spirit alive all year round.
Whoosh, the spell went whoosh. The moment I lit up, the spell went whoosh. I never will forget, it cast with a push. The second I enchanted. Whoosh, the magic whoosh, the broomstick in the air. With one big whoosh, we're flying in a line with spellbook whoosh. Halloween is here now. Swish, my wand went swish. The push nun start and fix. My wand went swish. A cauldron full of tricks with midnight wish. Tonight's the witching hour. Whoosh, the magic whoosh, the broomstick in the air with one big whoosh. We're flying in a line with spellbook whoosh. Halloween is here now. I was strolling down a lane lit by pumpkin lands on a spell-filled night. When I felt a little spark, my wand began to glow with all its might. Whoosh, the magic whoosh, a broomstick in the air with one big whoosh. We're flying in a line with spellbooks whoosh. Halloween is here now.
There you have it, folks. The Magic Whoosh, a delightful tune that I hope has put a spring in your step and a little bit of magic in your heart as we conclude tonight's eerie escapade. It's been an absolute thrill to have you all with us, keeping the spirit of Halloween alive and flickering in the shadows of our shared tales and tunes. As the witching hour draws to a close and we pack away our potions and brooms, at least for now, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us on this spectral journey. Your love for the season truly helps keep the ancient magic of Halloween vibrant and dancing among us. Don't forget to do all those social media things like subscribe, comment, and share so you can stay connected and never miss a chance to explore the mysterious, the unexplained, and the downright spooky with us. Whether you're a ghost, a ghoul, or just a lover of all things Halloween, your engagement means the world to us. And as we say goodbye, remember, while tonight's tales may fade into the mist, the enchantment of Halloween is never far away. Keep your jack-o'-lanterns lit, your eyes wide open, and your hearts ready for adventure. Until next time, have a frightfully good time, stay safe, and remember, my dear friends, to always let a little magic into your life. Good night, everyone, and may your dreams be filled with the whispers of autumn leaves and the soft chuckles of friendly spirits. Jack Lantern signing off until we meet again. Keep the Halloween spirit alive.
When the moon is high and the stars are bright, gather round, it's Halloween night. Cozy up, friends, for some spooky delight, swinging through the Halloween night. Ghosts and goblins, all in fun, with a vintage swing, the night's begun. Tap your feet and join the fright in our swinging Halloween night. When the moon is high and the stars are bright, gather round, it's Halloween night. Cozy up, friends, for some spooky delight, swinging through the Halloween night. Ghosts and goblins, all in fun, with a vintage swing, the night's begun. Tap your feet and join the fright in our swinging Halloween night. Ghosts and goblins, all in fun, with a vintage swing, the night's begun. Tap your feet and join the fright in our swinging Halloween night.